Senior leadership. Our whole thing was next, next play, next possession. It's a one-possession game at that point, and even though they made a heck of a comeback, which Columbia City's too good, they're going to make a run, and they're relentless. And this was the type of game that everybody knew it would be. Could have gone either way, but our kids, found something extra there at the end. And we just weren't going to lose this game. Our kids were, they were active. They were rebounding out of their area. Little Mackenzie Sawyer gets an offensive rebound, for that basket. I can't tell you the last time Mackenzie got an offensive rebound, It's just whatever it takes to win the game, and it's one play there that we had to make.
When you had a thing like that, the thing is, it was textbook. The way you would have diagrammed it for 3.5 quarters, they played exactly the way you would have driven it.
Defensively, we played about as well as we can play. Their press that coming up from behind us a couple times really turned the momentum. And, they just created some opportunities that they had to create, and credit to them. Their kids, when you have seniors like Heinen and Wright, they're not going to accept, losing, and they're going to come after you. And I have so much respect for Amy and what she's done with that program. And her kids were hungry, and we knew that this was going to be a tough one for us. And we've been through a number of these this year, a couple that we let get away, and that might have paid off for us tonight.
Right, now you look ahead at Concordia, and obviously you're going to enjoy this tonight. You've seen them before, you beat them before. How do you do it again?
I don't know. We had to beat two teams this week in Eastbrook and Columbia City, both 21 teams that we had beaten back in December. You go to the Concordia game, and that's back in November. To beat three teams in a row that you've already beaten before in a season is really difficult to do. It's going to be a tough task. Our kids have what it takes, but Concordia is very similar to us, a lot of tournament success. Their kids know how to win. Our kids know how to win. It's going to be a great game.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
I was going to say really quick, they came from behind Columbia City. They got within a point, got ahead at one point. They took 3 shots at the very end. If there's a way, how can you describe, those last few minutes in that fourth quarter?
We were just trying to keep encouraging our kids. It's easy to dwell on what's happened in the past to give up the lead. Columbia City had a lot to do with that, obviously, and they didn't stop playing. They kept attacking us, and they got some steals against their press from behind us that it felt like we maybe had something ahead of us, and they just were so fast behind us, and they're not going to quit. And again, lots of credit to Columbia City for not giving up. But when you have a double-digit lead and you give it up, it feels like your world is over. Our kids showed a lot of resiliency there at the end to find a way to come back and not only tie it up, but to continue to get stops, to get rebounds, and to come down and find a way, to put the ball in the basket. And we just had a lot of will to win at the end.
What does this victory mean to you and then for the team?
Well, I just think this year has just been a test the whole way through. I'm as proud of these kids as any group I've been. This is 5 in a row, but each one's been different. This one was probably the toughest. And, Columbia City, 22-4, outstanding season. Again, they were hungry. They wanted to win this game. And our kids showed more fight in a close situation than we had in some previous close losses. I think we learned a lot from some of our previous failures, and I think our tough schedule paid off for us tonight.